everyone, just a quick update video on what's been happening with the GTR since I bought it. I've done quite a few little bits to it. Things like the interior, which was quite tatty, I've done some work to, so I've restored the gear shift gaiter, handbrake. I've changed the wheel back to an original wheel. It had a Momo wheel before. I got a GTR wheel, an original wheel from a Breakers, and fitted that. It was a bit worse for wear when I got it, so I did a bit of work to make it nice again. The seats, I used a professional carpet cleaning machine. I used that to clean them out. They've come out really well. Did the same with the carpets. The rear bench had a cigarette hole in it, so I've changed that. The door cards were in a pretty sorry state. I don't know what happened to them. They had gouges and things in them. So I replaced those with some other good second-hand ones. One of the air vents, they become really brittle after a few years, so one of those was cracked and broken. So I got one from Japan. That was 120 quid for a little plastic air vent, so that was quite painful, but that's been replaced as well. They've generally cleaned it up, so the interior is looking much better. I bought a second-hand cigarette lighter because I didn't have a cigarette lighter. All sorts of bits like that, really. It's a nice original car, so I think it was all worth doing. So the interior is looking great. Aside from that, there was a really annoying squeak and rattle from the front, and that was coming from the front suspension. And when the car was first imported, they fitted Powerflex bushers at the front, which is good, but they didn't do it properly, so they were sort of binding. So I took the suspension apart, rebuilt them, and now that noise is gone. While I was there was a little bit of surface rust all over those components, so I replaced I didn't replace them, so I cleaned them up and repainted all those to tidy it up. Some of the windscreen surrounds as well, they were looking a bit tatty, so I repainted those. The front brakes were squeaky, and at high speed again there was brake judder, which I mentioned seems to be happening to every car I buy. So today I went to see my mate Alex, also known as the Doc, because he's very knowledgeable on these cars. He actually came with me to get this one and check it out before I bought it. We replaced the front discs and also changed the brake fluid and the clutch fluid while we were there. So I've done a few jobs to the car. It's going pretty well now. I also recently went to a GTR Owners Club meet at Brooklands for Supercar Sunday. There was about 25 to 30 cars there. Some really cool ones as well, as you'll see. So I'm going to show you a few clips of that as well. And to follow this, the next video is going to be a proper sort of road test on the GTR, and I think that will be the last video I do before I sell it and move on to the next one. The next one being something pretty cool. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but I think I've got something pretty cool lined up. So some pretty cool cars at the GTR meet in Brooklands. Next video is going to be a proper sort of road test on the Skyline. It will be, I think, the last Skyline video before I move on to the next car. I'm looking at a few options for that, but I think it will be something very cool. So thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the next video, which is out in a couple of days.